Well, let me tell you a story about a pair of brothers, Andy and Dustin, they're like no others. They hit the road, traveling land, testing out food, ain't that grand. From fast food joints to local dives, they're on a mission, taking crazy drives. They'll sample it all, junk food galore, but the question remains, what's worth fighting for? Southern DNA, showing down Southern DNA, exploring every town. They're on the hunt, searching far and wide for the flavors that'll make you satisfied.
We may not recognize this face right here, but we'll explain that here in a minute. But we're heading to, I guess, Shawsville, Virginia, to see some wrestling. A little bit of a place that got me started, got him finished, and we're heading back up there. This was my old trainee, Kris, and I hollered at him, said we're going up to Boogie's graduation. You want to come? And he was like, let's go.
Absolutely.
So it has been 16 years since we've rode together for wrestling.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
It's been a long time.
16 years.
Way overdue.
So we're going to get on the road here. It's a 2-hour drive for us, so it's going to be a long trip. We're going to show you some snippets of the road, tell you some stories, show you Boogie's camp, and I hope you enjoy the trip and the ride, and hang on. When I graduated high school, me and Andy went to Abingdon Cinema. They were doing the pay-per-views. And me and him were watching, I can't remember if it was WrestleMania, Hell in a Cell, one of those pay-per-views, but we were watching it and we just come to the realization, man, it would be awesome to be a pro wrestler. And I've always wanted to pro wrestle, even since, as a kid, I watched Sting come from the rafters. That was the moment I was like, I got to wrestle. That's what I want to do. So shortly after we got back home, I was like, oh, there's got to be a place that'll teach us how to pro wrestle. And I did my little search on the web. The World Wide Web is what we called it back in the day, the interwebs. And surprisingly, only one person popped up that was in our area, and that was Jimmy Valiant.
Yeah.
And it was 2 hours from Bristol. And I was like, dang, I don't know if I can do this. 2 hours from Bristol, that's a pretty good drive.
It's better than what I found.
Well, I mean, yeah. So I decided, we'll message him. We'll throw a message out to see if he'll even reply. Within 30 seconds, I mean, it was quick. He replied back, yeah, I'd love to have you come on up this Sunday. He's like, $250 to start and $20 every Sunday to train. And I'm like, he's like, I'll tell you what, you come up here, you take a bump, see if you got what it takes, and if you like it, pay me $250 and we'll get you start training. So I went and sold drum kits, guitars, just so me and Andy had the money to go up here and train. And did this every single week for a whole year until I graduated up there. And then shortly after, I started being a trainer, and I ran into this guy, and he wanted to train.
Oh, yeah. That was always a dream of mine, too. When I was maybe 7, I got into watching wrestling. And then by 10 years old, I was watching it to figure it out, because I knew at that point I wanted to do that as well. I looked into it. I was in college, I guess. The first place I could find, the closest place I could find, was Manassas.
Okay.
And that's it's across the state.
Yeah.
All the way across the state.
You were living in Glade at the time.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, at the time I was living in Johnson City.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
So that really wasn't a possibility. That was going to be one of those, all right, if college doesn't work out, let's go to Manassas.
Yeah.
So that's a whole game changer there. But yeah, what was it? We ran into each other at the bowling alley, was it?
I think that might have been the case, because we had hung out before then through mutual friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we knew of each other, and I think we ran into each other maybe at Interstate Bowl there. Off
Because you
exit
were wearing
7.
the NWO shirt, and I think that's when we first started talking about wrestling.
That's possible.
Because I don't think we ever realized that each other were wrestling fans until that night. Yeah.
And I basically told you, I was like, well, I just got graduated from. I'm actually starting to train people for another organization out of Saltville, St. Paul, Virginia, and if you want to come train. And I think right then I showed you some moves right there at my mom's house, out in the front yard.
In the yard, yep. Which,
And,
I mean, I was used to that. Me and a buddy of mine, we used to wrestle out in the backyard all the time. We'd go out and I would learn how to do the moves just by watching it repetitively on TV. And then we'd go out in the backyard and test it out, which, for the most part, was fairly accurate.
Pretty much, yeah. So he said he was interested. Gave him the same deal Boogie did. And we was driving, every Monday?
It was like Monday, and we did it twice a week, didn't we?
I think we did do it twice a week.
I want to say like Monday and Thursday, maybe, or something like that.
Which we had a little bit of a different deal than what Boogie had, because I didn't own a space.
Yeah.
So I was training guys for another guy named Iron Cross.
And we'll see him today, by the way.
Do what?
I wonder if we'll see him today.
I don't know. It's a possibility. I mean, he sometimes comes up here. But, I was training for Iron Cross.
Yep.
And you paid me the $250 and was paying him the space money, basically.
Yeah.
And we trained, I think it was twice a week for, a year?
At least to start out with, yeah.
And
dialed it back to once a week, but
yeah, we kind of dialed it down there for a while. But we were wrestling together about everywhere.
Oh yeah,
for a long time.
Yep.
For at least a year and a half before I went into the Navy.
Yeah.
So it's just, and then when I left to go to the Navy, he wanted to kind of finish up some, or just kind of fine tune, because he was already well enough to go out on his own. But he wanted to fine tune, so he went up to Boogie's to finish up and graduate from a place. Because we never did get to hold a graduation for you. Because I'd left and went into the Navy.
That kind of happened all kind of abrupt there. It was, we knew it, but it's almost like we just kind of didn't get a chance to do things.
Yeah.
So
it just kind of crept up on us.
Yeah.
And so I left to go to the Navy. You went up there, and Boogie basically took you in with open arms.
He did, yeah, absolutely. He said I was one of your guys, you're one of his guys.
Yeah.
So I'm now one of his guys.
Which speaks volumes of another trainer, because I mean, he trusted me with what I taught you for you to come on in and finish what you started, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, hey, fresh start kind of. It was, all right, let's pick up where you left off.
See, I think I was like, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months into the year. So it was like not even a full year before the graduation.
Yeah.
So yeah, just pick it up, and when we get to graduation, you're in.
Yep.
So
I mean, it speaks just volumes of Boogie, and the trust that he had in me to be able to train another guy, and he took that training and just fine-tuned you and finished your training and got you graduated.
Yep.
And now both of our names are hung on banners there in Boogie's walls or whatever.
This will actually be the first time I've seen the banner.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen mine a few times.
I haven't seen mine. Yeah. Wow.
Did he? That's a question. Did he take a Polaroid picture of you?
Yes.
Yeah, he did it. Me too. Me and Andy. Andy didn't finish his training. He got out of it only about 4 months in. He didn't, I guess, enjoy the idea of actually potentially hurting somebody, which we don't, as wrestlers, we don't want to do that. We want to protect the other guy as much as possible. But he did have a little bit of a slip and landed on somebody one time, and he didn't like that, so he got out of it. I continued my career through wrestling from there, to the point where I got to wrestle at the Norfolk Scope in front of thousands of people 1 week before WWE came to the place. So it was a great experience.
That would be wild. That was the famous where they're having the DX invasion thing going on there. Yeah.
Yeah, that was around the same time. Yeah.
Yep. So
good times. But we're going to go up here, and we'll tell you a couple more stories that are some of the weird ones that we've had, and enjoy the scenery as we go. So some of the funniest stuff, as wrestlers, we like to play pranks, and we like to do just silly stuff to each other, just to push or just to see how far we can take, take stuff. It gets kind of funny. Ribbing is what we call it. Yeah, a lot of people just call it. I guess for the modern people, they would just call it like hazing, but
Practical jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like a hazing thing in a way, yeah.
Not to like extreme hazing, but for a lot of us, we would play practical jokes on each other, and we played quite a few throughout the years. Done on me, done on him, me doing stuff on him.
Yeah.
And even when we got to Boogie's, I used to tell him quite a bit. I was like, you don't understand how easy it is to bump in Boogie's ring.
Yeah.
It's like a trampoline basically. And we get up there, and Boogie. But if you never took a bump in a ring, usually the rings, for the most part, especially if you get like a high spots ring or something, it's a pretty easy ring to bump in. It's
landing.
It's not a trampoline, but
No.
it's not like hitting concrete.
No.
Boogie's ring is like hitting concrete.
If you can take a bump in Boogie's ring, you can take a bump in any grocery store.
Yeah, pretty much.
Easily.
He used to tell us all the time, if you can train up here, bumping my ring, you can wrestle anywhere in the world, because he doesn't have AC.
No.
His mat is like bumping on concrete.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I remember some summers, it'd be 120 degrees in that building, and just I'd be dripping with sweat, wanting to throw up because it was just so hot. Throw up, and then run back in the ring, because Boogie's like, hey, you done throwing up, get in the ring.
Yep.
Make yourself feel better. Keep on training. And sure enough, I mean, if I was sick, he would tell me, come on up here, train.
Yep.
You'll feel better, because I'd sweat it out.
But remember he said one time, somebody was throwing up when I was up there, and he said, the worst part's over. Get back in there and finish it out now.
Pretty much. Yeah. But, I mean, we got up there. I told him, it's not that bad. Not that bad. Gave you a body slam.
Body slam, yep.
Right on that ring. And it's like taking
shockwaves.
It's like taking the breath right out of you.
Yeah.
It really is. If you're not used to it, you don't know what you're doing.
I was expecting a much softer landing, and no, not at all. It was brutal.
And we would always try to take our jokes to another level. I think one of your first matches you had one-on-one, besides, because your first match you ever had was thrown into it with me. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but one of your first one-on-one matches that you were supposed to have started out with a prank.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, you were told that you were facing who?
Well, wait, talking about facing you?
Well, for that match, you were told when you got there.
Oh, yeah. So I was told I was facing a Japanese superstar. They flying him in from Japan, Saito.
Yeah, I had got there, I think, a few minutes earlier before you did.
Yeah.
And Stan came up to me and said, hey, you're going to be facing Kris tonight. I'm like, yeah, no problem, whatever. He's like, but let's play a prank on him. I'm like, okay, what do you want to do? And he's like, let's tell him that he's going to be facing somebody he's never faced before, and that way we'll see how he does, see if he can think on his feet, basically. And that's how the story starts. When Kris got there, oh man, we had you like positively thinking that you were going to be facing somebody from out of state.
So you guys were so convincing with it. Like, it was, I think you called me before I got there, because I remember being in the parking lot, and I remember seeing Mini Muda.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, is that who they're talking about? Like, I'd seen him before somewhere, but I didn't really connect the two, just wasn't really thinking about it at the time, I guess. And so I pull in the parking lot, and I'm getting my stuff out of the trunk, and I see him over there, and I'm like, wait, are they serious? Because at first, I was thinking, oh, this is just a rip.
Yeah.
I wasn't taking it seriously at first. I thought we had the whole thing figured out, who I was facing before I got there. And then I see Mini Muda in the parking lot, and I'm like, wait a minute. He had the face paint on too.
Yep.
He's already face painted up and everything, so it looked very convincing. I'm starting to believe it. Okay, then I get in there in the building in the locker room, and they were saying that he was upset about having to face some rookie.
Yep.
And
We had said that he had come in, and we let him know that today we was going to let him get over, but he's going to be facing some rookie.
Yep.
And he was just irate that he had to face it was beneath him to face some rookie. Somebody that's so green, and we said that he didn't want to meet you before the match because he was mad. He was in another room, and he was just pitching a huge fit about it.
Wanting to call it in the ring, which we had never
done before. Yeah, he had never called anything in the ring before, which was still the case going into that match. You still had no idea who you was going to be facing.
Yeah.
So you you kept on saying, well, maybe I need to go talk to him.
Well, okay, so this was a triple threat match.
Was this? No.
Yeah, it was us and Crusher. It was what ended up being, really.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was
that
just
the very first one, yeah.
The me and you match.
No, it was us and Crusher was the first one.
Okay.
Because Crusher was, he kind of almost spoiled it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he came in there and he was like, I'm looking forward to stepping in the ring with you, brother. I was like, wait, hang on. At that point, I was starting to buy it. I was like, because you guys were so convincing.
Yeah.
And we're not letting up on it. Somebody was speaking in pseudo-Japanese.
Yep, in another room. Yep.
And I was like, oh, crap. Okay, maybe there is something to this.
I think that might have been Stan doing that.
I think it was, yeah.
I think Stan was in the other room.
And he was the worm.
It might have been the worm.
Yeah.
But either one of them come out, and he was like, don't go in there.
Yeah.
He's pissed. And...
But then Crusher comes around the corner and he says something along the lines of like, "Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting in the ring with you." I was like,
ruining the.
I was like, "Wait a minute, hang on." I was starting to buy it. Now I'm back into rib stage. Where are we at? So, I was starting to sweat a little bit though. I really was.
But you had never called anything in the ring before, so you were nervous about that.
Yep.
And I don't think because I think the match ended up going Crusher was going to be the one that got over on
Hometown
that
hero, yeah.
Because it was in his neck of the woods.
Yep.
So I was just the tweener. I was the guy, in between both of them.
Yeah.
Man, that match was brutal anyways. Crusher was stiff as all get out. I remember that match.
Hey, that's the way we end up liking it, though.
Yeah, but he was just overly stiff.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
But, yeah, so you got out in the ring first because you're the heel.
Yeah.
And usually heels will come out and get the crowd, going.
Yeah. Well, this is my very first time in the ring, and I have had no connection with this crowd before. So the first thing I had to figure out was, okay, well, how do I establish that, hey, I'm not on your side.
Yeah.
I'm the heel. I'm the bad guy here.
In a place we had never went before at all. So, a lot of people have to figure out who's who.
Yeah. I think it's their first time ever seeing me ever.
Yeah.
So, my first, 2 steps out the door, wasn't even a curtain, it was just a door.
Yeah. I don't think we ever used curtains in the promotion in NWA All-Stars, did you?
Yeah. It was nice, but no, the first step out the door, I saw this little kid come over towards the entrance aisle area, and he came over wanting a high five and stuff, so I was like, okay, immediately, you want to establish yourself as the heel, you see the kid, you go for that high five, and you pull it back, slick the hair back. It's like, how are you going to like a guy who just
did that to a kid?
Yeah. Come on. So that became my kind of mentality. First thing, out the gate, find somebody to make the crowd turn against you.
Yep.
Easiest job.
It's heels. That's why usually as a new wrestler, you start out as a heel.
Yep.
It's so easy to get
It really
heat.
is.
It's not a lot of work to it. It's harder to win the crowd.
Yeah.
So you start out as a heel, work your way to maybe becoming a baby face. A lot of people just stay heel because it's just easy. It's fun. It's there's not much to it. A lot of work is if you're a smaller guy, you just get beat the snot out of. If you're a bigger guy, you walk around slowly and take advantage of a smaller dude. So it's a lot of easy work being a heel.
It is.
And he went out first, and he was still not sure who was going to be walking through those doors. And then I came out second. And I remember looking at you, and it was just like a sigh of relief.
Yeah, it was, because there was still that little inkling behind that's like, there could still be something to it. even though Crusher may have, thrown that curveball and said, he's looking forward to working with me. Maybe there's throwing him in the match with Saito.
Yeah.
If that's the case. Whatever. But yeah, there was still that little bit there, and then I see you, and then you get in the ring, and you just kind of give me a little smirk.
Yep.
Yep. I was like, yeah, well played.
Do you remember? Do you remember the match where I had to wrestle twice?
Yes.
And I was
Actually, which one? You did it twice.
I've done it a couple times, but I think it was like in
Hayside?
may have been Hayside, could have been Lebanon.
Was it a Texas Death Match?
Yes, a Texas Death Match.
Lebanon, yeah.
Because I had to wrestle you one match
Yep, that
as,
was one-on-one.
as the Dragon.
Yep.
And then I had to put the mask on as the Black Scorpion.
Yep.
And no one knew that I had wrestled earlier that night.
Yeah.
And I came out as a heel wrestling with a guy that had come from basically from Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
Is where he came from. He came in to wrestle. I was his tag team opponent. They had before the show they was supposed to have a couple other guys show up. They didn't show up for the match, and so we had to throw it together once we got there because it was an ice storm, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
It was, yeah.
And they couldn't make it to the show. So we get there. They're like, Dragon, we're going to need you to wrestle twice tonight. I'm like, yeah, no problem. No big deal to me. That's just extra money for me. I mean,
right.
And plus, I loved wrestling. I would have done every match if it was up to me because I just loved being out there.
Yeah.
And so I was like, no problem. But how am I going to, what am I going to do? And who am I facing? Like, we need you in our match. I'm like, well, y'all are two faces. I'm a face. How's that going to work? And my alarm goes off. So they're like, oh, we'll put you in the Black Scorpion, which is historically Ric Flair wore the Black Scorpion. So that was a pretty big
cool,
thing. Yeah. I got to kind of fall into that legacy of wrestlers. So wrestle that match. We lose. We end up shaving a little person's head in that match. Mini Cena.
I don't know if I told you a story about him, but I got one on him too. That's for off camera though.
That's off camera stuff, yeah. But shaved his head. Got done. We went to, I want to say like a week later, me and you went to a WB event in Bristol.
Yeah.
They were holding it there at Viking Hall
yep.
at Tennessee High. We're standing in line. Literally, I'm telling you, right in front of us was a father and son.
Yep.
And the son was telling his dad, hey, Dad, you remember when I hauled back and punched Black Scorpion in the stomach?
Yep.
Well, in that match, a kid hits me in the stomach because Iron's got my arms wrapped, like, pinned behind my back. And he tells his kid to punch me in the stomach.
It was a stiff shot, too.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Now, I sold completely on it no matter what because I was trying to make that kid's experience.
Yeah.
Apparently I did. Yeah, apparently I did because he's wildest thing ever, right in front of us, and saying, you remember when I hit that Black Scorpion in the stomach? And I'll look at the father and I'm like,
yeah.
And I was like, dude, how weird is that? Because that was, like I said, that wasn't in the area. That was a little bit of at least an hour drive for us.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it wasn't like right beside of us. So, and the odds of everybody else that went to that event was
being
right in front of us. Yeah. So as wrestlers, that was just one of the key spots in my whole career is knowing that even as a character, I portrayed him maybe 3 times my whole wrestling career.
Right.
And I got to have that much of an impact on a kid, which was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are the moments that, I guess, as a kid, it really draws you in.
Yeah.
And then, of course, later on, you get the different appreciation for the show, for the spectacle of it. But I mean, yeah, those moments, like in being on that side of the moment, though, like even just being there beside you.
Oh yeah,
that moment
because
wow,
we're having that
cool.
show. You know, we got to do something. There was kids everywhere. There was adults there.
Yeah.
People that that probably forgot about it now, but I mean, at the time, that was fun for them. You know? And we got to do something that made people happy, made people feel emotion, and that's the whole point as wrestlers is we're there to give you an experience.
Yep.
And we got to do that, and it was awesome that we touched somebody that much.
Exactly. Yeah.
That they were still remembered that.
But now, the funny thing was though, when I heard that, I kind of had to turn away from the kid a little bit.
Yeah, because you laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were laughing, and I was just like, I was sitting there shocked because I was like,
Yep.
there's no way that that's the same kid.
And not only that, but like, you know, like you, of course, I don't know if you'd recognize both of us. Probably wouldn't recognize me. I was a
We had
we were
faced
first match.
Yeah, we faced each other the first opening match that night.
So I was like, okay, I can't be seen with this
Yeah.
guy now. You know, turn away.
Technically speaking, although it was an hour away, we wasn't on TV. You know, unless you were at the show, you had no idea that we were enemies at all.
Exactly.
And
You got to keep the illusion up.
Yeah,
there, you know?
but once we figured out that kid knew, he turned his head. He was laughing, and then he was having to protect. You know, he was protecting kayfabe.
That's right.
Which doesn't happen anymore. Kayfabe's kind of dead. But at the time, that was still, we were training kayfabe. You know,
Yeah, we were. Yep.
If we were riding somewhere together and we were facing him, we would be in disguise.
Yeah.
Or I would let him out
And go around the corner.
Go around the corner,
Yep.
and then I'd get parked somewhere.
Yep.
Because you never let the curtain drop on what was going on. Like when we came out and we faced each other, we hated each other.
Yep.
But they would have never known that we were hanging out. All the
Exactly,
time.
yeah.
I was training you.
Yeah.
So we were spending quite a bit of time together there for a long time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So good times though, man. Good times.
Man, this is true. Yeah, it's but those moments, that's what we get into it for.
Yeah.
That's what we live for that stuff.
Exactly.
So,
And that we got to experience some really good moments like that.
absolutely.
How many times have we stepped foot in this room?
Quite a few.
I mean, this is kind of wild. I mean, it's bringing so many memories and stuff back, but like, I've spent hours in this room just looking at every single picture that he's gotten. Every single one of these are signed by the person that's in the picture. Is insane. I mean, Hacksaw Jim Duggan's up here. I mean, Killer Kowalski. I mean, it's crazy.
Outlaw.
Yeah. I mean, Jake the Snake. I mean, you got some big names that are on here, and I would spend hours. And in this case that's in front of us is a lot of Boogie's merch from the days that he was on the road.
Got some of the Boogie shoes. Man.
This is like bringing back so many memories while we were here.
It's hard to not just look around this, just in awe. I mean,
And everywhere you turn, it's just something like something that I just didn't see before. And I've, like I said, spent a long time in this room checking everything out. At least I thought I checked everything out, but still to this day I'm finding stuff that I don't remember seeing.
It's great to see all this, all the legends from the past, the ones that paved the way.
Yeah. And like I said, you look through here and every picture's signed.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
It's great. There's Stan Handsom back there.
Yeah, I see that.
Wow.
Dallas.
Vern.
Old Dally there. I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, you come up here and it's the first building basically. You walked past. Some people just walk past and don't even think anything of it. But this building, this room right here.
How could you not, though?
How have you not come in here and check
piece of
everything
history.
out? I mean, there's
huge
so
piece of
many
history.
people's signatures are in this room right now. And a lot, I mean, huge
There's
names.
a little bit for everybody. You
Jerry
got-
Briscoe, you got Taz.
Exactly. Raven.
Raven, yeah.
Stone Cold, you Kurt Angle.
Yeah, I mean, you got so many names that are in this room right here. Sid Vicious.
Scotty Rocker.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so many big names. So many plaques from all the different Hall of Fames that he's a part of.
and it was like this for a long time. Wrestling cards and stuff that he's got, you know, it's crazy. Man, brings back some good memories, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, every time we see that ring, we're just like,
Getting that itch again.
I get that itch. You want to take a bump or two, maybe take a chair shot.
I think my bump card just all punched out.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Might have one hanging on there.
There might be
maybe one.
There might be one left. There might be one to punch still.
Oh boy.
We'll have to see. But this is surreal.
It's amazing.
It's been a while. You said it'd been what, 13 years?
13 years.
Since you've been up here.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
This room, I always go to this room first when I come here because I always got to see this room.
I always try to make a point to be by here too. Yeah.
Yeah, even the whole building itself is all covered with memorabilia and pictures of past students and different times in wrestling history is all covered through it. It's always fun to look through. I didn't take as much time in there when I wrestled because when I was in there, I was in the ring.
Right.
But before
you get plenty of time in there, yeah.
Yeah, because they usually take a break.
Yeah.
And then they'll have the wrestling matches. So I'd come in here and I would check all the cool stuff, you know, they'd have in here. Man, brings back some good memories.
Oh man, hey Dustin, look out, brother man. Boogie Woogie man, you came all the way in from Southern DA, man. I love it. I check your YouTube tube out every chance I get, man. It's the hottest station in the nation. Woo, messy. Boogie Woogie man, feel good with a BWC. I trained Dustin. I trained the world chef, the hottest cat in the world right now is Mr. Hangman. You understand? Adam Page, baby. Yeah, he's the man. He's the man. Dustin's the man. Everybody comes to the Boogie's Wrestling Camp Hall of Fame Museum any Sunday, 12 noon to 4. Please, y'all come, be our guest. There's no charge to watch these kids in action. Dusty was one of my favorite students, and now he's doing Southern NAW. I'm honored. I'm so proud of you, brother. God bless everybody. Miss Angel, if you want some good wrestling wear, my lovely wife, Angel, she can make it all. She made it for Dustin. Hey, he'll show you. That was 20 years ago. He's still wearing them, baby. So God bless everybody. God bless you, and God bless the world. Woo, master. Oh, yeah, ha, ha.
So, yeah, that was Boogie's Wrestling Camp, man. The freaking memories hit you right there in the face.
Oh, yeah. About as hard as that ring mat hit you.
Yeah. We were sitting there, and we was just, I mean, begging to get back in that ring.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard not to. It's hard. It's hard not to just, like, look, because once you start wrestling, once you start getting into that wrestler thing, you know, you always want to be a part of it.
It's in your blood.
And it's just, it's hard sitting there. I mean, we were talking about a little bit off camera, but, you know, Kris had said that for a long time he stayed away from wrestling, watching it and everything. Same with me. I stopped watching it for a long time because it was just hard. It's hard to watch it and not automatically want to get back into wrestling.
Exactly.
And especially when you get a bad back or something. It's a little bit depressing, you know, because you want to do something and you can't.
And you feel like you can. You feel like it's stop selling it, get in the ring, but no, you can't. It's a little different.
Yeah, you just don't get, like, you can't flip a switch and say, okay, I'm going to do this for 30 minutes and be fine.
Yeah.
But, you know, watching it, and as you know, you can call yourself ex-pro wrestler, whatever, you know, watching wrestling, you start, like, critiquing it. And then you're like, well, I could do this better, or I could. and then you just want to get back in the ring. You
Yep.
know, it happens every time.
Or the best part is you see somebody mess up on a move and like, oh man, should have done this differently.
Mhm.
And you're like, I could have done that probably.
And that's where it boils down to.
Yep.
It is hard sitting there and not get to jump in the ring. But there's a lot of young guys and girls graduated today that are going to be making their careers in wrestling.
Yep.
Which they'll get to the point where we're like we are, a bunch of old farts talking about the glory days of wrestling, I guess.
Yeah.
Man, good times though. Good times.
Absolutely good times.
Thinking about all the trips that we went on, all the events. You remember we wrestled, what was it? What was the fair?
The Russell County Fair.
Russell County Fairgrounds. You remember how they had that set up? We were wrestling at a fairgrounds. They had the ring down in the middle of this pit?
It was a demolition derby pit.
Yeah, it was a demolition derby pit, and we had no changing rooms.
No.
That was near the ring.
We had to ride a golf cart down to the ring.
We were basically, they put us in like this little closet.
Yeah.
There was like
You were on top of each other. It was
yeah,
like
we were having
12
to
of us,
try to
14 of us.
change. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they put us in this closet, and good thing that most of our entrance songs were long because we had to ride a golf cart from up on top of this hill down the hill to get to where the ring was. It was the weirdest entrance I ever had.
It was strange, especially riding back up after the match too, because the golf carts would pick you up after the match.
Yeah, and ride all the way back up the hill.
Yeah.
Weird. That was the weirdest, probably one of the weirdest matches I ever had.
And it always seemed to rain.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's always the fear of having an outside match is the potential that it could rain, and it seemed like it always did for outside matches.
And that mat that we had was like a vinyl mat.
Yeah.
And that's the canvas type. It was more vinyl, so it was just slick. We'd slide all over the place.
It was just not safe at all.
No.
The people that were putting on was just didn't. I don't know. I won't say they just didn't think it was safety. It was just. It was a kind of a means of an end because we had no other choices to if we're going to have the show or not. And you pick an outdoor arena like that, it's kind of you do what you do. You know?
Exactly.
I've wrestled a few outdoors. Virginia Beach, Virginia. We had a match at baseball, the Norfolk Tides baseball field. We had one there, and luckily it didn't rain. But yeah, it seems like it. You always have that risk.
I think every time we had an outdoor match, it rained. Like every single one I had was outdoor. It rained.
Here's a question for you: who's the coolest famous guy in wrestling did you ever meet?
Like coolest or like the one you're most starstruck by?
Probably the starstruck guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, to me, it would have been Boogie actually.
Boogie was always the best character that was.
Yeah.
But he was more down to earth. Like
He really was.
You don't think. You meet Boogie. I mean, even today, you realize that there's fame there, right? 'Cause the years that he's put in to wrestling, but he's just he doesn't seem like he's a
Very
famous
chill,
person. Yeah.
very just he wants to talk to everybody. Not just who's there to help him, but he wants to talk to everybody.
Yeah, he's willing to do whatever he can.
Yeah.
I mean, I've told this story multiple times. He paid for my boots, basically, or helped me pay for my boots. He's just a very good guy. Just wants to do everything for everybody. But
see, I say him because to me, Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
First time I ever met him was, I was like, big grand thing, and then he's the most chill guy. And after that, it's like, well, now we're all just brothers.
yeah, it's just it's just a kind of a family thing now.
Yeah.
You go up there and you see people that you hadn't seen in a long time, and it's like a family reunion almost, And then you see people on Facebook like, hey, they missed you at the reunion, basically.
Right.
But yeah, it's just Boogie would be a good one. I'll say for me, some of the coolest ones, Jay Lethal. Got to wrestle an event with Jay Lethal, Shark Boy.
Shark Boy was pretty cool.
Shark Boy was cool, which they were both on TNA. Let's see, Atlas, Tony Atlas.
Yeah.
Tony Atlas was a cool guy. I mean, we've been on a lot of shows with Ricky Morton. Of course, he's from our area.
Yep.
I've known Ricky since I was a kid. Although he's a Hall of Famer now too.
Yeah. And he keeps having those like resurgences. Like
Yeah.
he'll kind of fade off a little bit, and he'll pop up out of nowhere, and it's like, man, there's Ricky Morton again.
To me, and to a lot of people in the area, he's just Ricky. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
He's not a Hall of Famer; it's just Ricky.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ricky's another one. I've met Randy Orton. I've met Dolph Ziggler, Triple H. Through the years doing it, I've got to meet some of these guys. But I think the best one of all time was Randy. Randy was like kind of the awesome because he's so tall, he's so massive of a person, and he's just such a big character.
Yeah, he is. Now, I do have one. I guess this is before I ever got into training myself or anything. I actually met Jeff Hardy at an event. It was in Greensboro, North Carolina. They were there. They had a match against Edge and Christian. Great match. But after the show was over with, I kind of hung out while they were taking the ring down and everything, watching the whole production being torn down. And there was a few guys that kept walking past, taking some things backstage and moving some things back and forth. This is like in 2001, somewhere in that era. So I was young, and they were still pretty fresh in the company. But this guy comes walking down and he's picking up a piece of the guardrail, and he just says something to me like, just because I'm taking this away doesn't mean you can go, jump in the ring or anything. Real kind of funny, just, having a nice little laugh about it, I guess. And just seemed like a real chill guy. He's wearing just a WWF at the time. WWF shirt, black pants, had a WWF hat on. It was dark in the arena still, so you really couldn't see him. But as he walked away, you could see the purple and green hair hanging on the back of his hat. And I was like, I just talked to Jeff Hardy and didn't even realize it. So
another one, Buff Bagwell.
Yeah.
I met Buff before Buff. Now I don't know if a lot of people know, but Buff had to take his leg off.
Yeah.
Looks like he's doing a lot better now, so that's good. But I met Buff way before then when I first started in the business.
Yeah.
So I got to meet him. But yeah, a lot of big names throughout the years just being in the business, and all thanks to Boogie. There's a reason why I got to meet some of those people. It wasn't for him. Yeah, it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be in the situation that we got to be in all those years and meeting all the people that we got to meet. A lot of big names throughout the years we got to really hang out with, meet, and talk to.
Mark Merrow was actually in town last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up in Lebanon.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing a thing. I think for the high school, it's for the football team, or if it's for like the whole school or something, but like one of those inspirational things he does now.
Yeah.
I can't think of the word now. He talks, whatever it's called. But yeah, he was up there doing something. I want to say it was like last weekend, maybe. I didn't know about it until he had already done the event. I was like,
Okay.
dang it.
So, I mean, just great times. Wrestling just has really done a lot for us. And if you have a chance, 52 weeks of the year, this place, or 52 Sundays of the year, this place is open. 12 to 4 every Sunday. This place is open. Get a chance, go check them out. BWC. Check out, there's thousands of pictures in there, and he will try to sell you. It's what we joke about every time.
Yeah.
He will try to sell you a Hot Pocket and a t-shirt, maybe even a book. So bring you some cash for merchandise. Let Boogie sell you something. Have you a good time. There's matches that goes on from 2 to 4. Training goes on from 12 to 2. So, or 1:30 basically. They take a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
So, come in and enjoy. Have a good time. And, man.
Hey, cheer on the next generation.
Yeah, because those guys could end up.
Or become the next generation.
Yeah, exactly. Go up there and train. If you want to become a pro wrestler, go train. Go train. Find your Boogie. If you're in the area, go train there. That's a good place to train. They'll teach you up right. So,
That's right.
thanks for coming along with us today on this journey back. This
Wild
nostalgia trip for us. 16 years since we did this. So, Been a long time, brother.
I get the feeling it won't be the last time.
Won't be the last time.
Yeah.
Probably not. And you'll see Kris again. You'll see him on the channel. This is the first time. Thank you, Kris, for coming.
Hey, thank you for
being
having
on
me,
the
man.
channel, hanging out with us today. I told him about it last minute, kind of saying, you know,
Yeah.
I'm going up to Boogie's. Actually, it was funny because he was Twitch live stream.
Yep.
And I said, I'm thinking about going to Boogie's graduation on the 4th. He's like, oh yeah, the 4th. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we got a couple weeks. He's like, no, it's this Sunday. And I'm like, oh, wait, I have plans this Sunday, so I had to rearrange my plans to do it. But he's like, man, I'd love to go too. So I was like, well, let's go.
Do it.
So shout out to Kris's channel. Go ahead and shout your stuff out there.
EchelonXN on Twitch, YouTube, everywhere. I'm going to be doing some more streaming. I'm a gaming streamer, but I'm getting more into the health and fitness side of things too. So there's going to be a little bit of that sprinkled in here and there too. So keep an eye out for that. But oh, and of course, we always talk about wrestling too.
Some wrestling stuff does pop up
So-
quite often, especially if you're a Joe Hendry fan. Looking for him to see if he pops up somewhere. Yeah, that would be the best thing ever. He pops up.
I believe.
I believe. But yeah, go check him out. Give him a follow. And until next time, on our next journey, let's get it.